Hello and welcome to this After Effects certification preparation series of videos. I'm Luisa Winters. In this video, I would like to cover Objective 4.7b, which is to animate effects using keyframes. In this objective, we are going to keyframe in the Effect Controls panel and in the timeline. And quite frankly, we have already done that. So this is going to be a reiteration, and I'm also going to take you over a couple of other things, just so that you see that it makes no difference whether you keyframe in the Effect Controls panel or in the timeline, same difference. All right, let's get to it. Let's go to After Effects. Just go to Window, Effect Controls, White Solid, or really any of the shape layers. But really, we are talking about keyframing some of these, and the one that has the effect applied to is the adjustment layer. So let's go ahead and go to the adjustment layer. So Window, Effect Controls, White Solid 1, and you're going to see the blurriness in here. We are going to keyframe the blurriness, all right? So like any other keyframe, the first thing is when. When do we want for the blurriness to start changing? At the beginning, okay. There you go. Move the playhead all the way to the left. At the beginning, done. All right. The next thing is this. What value do we want it to have? And in fact, I'm going to have it affect all of the stars. So I'm going to make sure that the white solid is the top one. So what value do we want it to have? Well, I want to start it very blurred, say about yay. Okay. And now I'm going to set that moment in time by clicking on the stopwatch. Boom. There you go. Move in time. So same thing. When goes first? When at 2 seconds? How much blurriness do you want? Oh, I want 0 blurriness. Okay, so type a 0 or just scrub the value or whatever it is, right? There you go. When at 4 seconds? Oh, what about the blurriness? Well, I want it much more blurred, right? So, okay, this time let's do it in the timeline. So E for effect. There you go. And there you have it. But we already had keyframes. So not E for effect, U as in unicorn. And that shows you the Gaussian blur blurriness. And now you can change it in here. Boom, done. And you can keep on going. You can either do it here or here. It doesn't matter. So you can do it in the timeline or you can do it in the Effect Controls panel. Irrelevant. All right. So instead of keyframing, now let's do something a little bit more daring, right? So let's go ahead and change this blurriness to, I don't know, 50. It's not keyframed. When you change a value but don't keyframe it, that's known as a global change because it doesn't change over time. It's just that value, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to add a wiggle expression. And this goes way beyond what the test is, but I just want to show you that you can add the expression in the timeline or in the Effect Controls panel. It makes no difference. All right. So a wiggle expression is simply random values that you're going to get for whatever property gets the expression based on 2 properties. Frequency, how fast do you want for these changes to occur, and magnitude, and how much do you want them to be. Frequency, magnitude. Okay. To apply the expression, click on the name of the property. And right now that presents a problem because I'm clicking on it, but it ain't selecting. So, it's not happening. You could click on it here in the timeline and you could go animation, add expression. But what if I want to click it here? Add expression is not even available. Do it like this. Press and hold Alt, which is Option on the Mac, and click on the stopwatch. Boom, done. You already added the expression. That's it. To add a wiggle expression, you just need to type the word wiggle. Wiggle. That's it. W-I-G-G-L-E. Wiggle. Open parentheses. Parentheses, not the 9. Open parentheses. There you go. And now type frequency. a value for frequency, which is measured in times per second. Oh, I want you to wiggle 2 times per second. There you go. Magnitude, so comma, magnitude. How much? Well, how much what? Well, how many pixels of blurriness? Right now this is 50. If I wanted to wiggle to between 0 and 100, then this value would be 50, because it would be 50, which is what it is now, plus the 50 that I'm writing here, and minus the 50. So random values anywhere between 0 and 100 of what? Of blurriness, which are going to change how often? Twice per second. Done. Click outside of it, and the blurriness, the wiggle will happen. It's already happening. So you can apply the expression here in the timeline or in the Effect Controls panel. About the only thing that you can't do in the Effect Controls panel is that you can't select it and then go Animation, Add Expression, but you certainly can press and hold the Alt or Option key and click on the stopwatch to add that expression. So listen, to end this, let's just put it this way. It doesn't matter where you change the property, if it's in the Effect Controls panel or in the timeline, you are doing the same thing, all right? You're doing the same thing. And the wiggle expression, I'm going to have a video on just the wiggle expression, but right now I think all of you can type the word wiggle, open a parentheses, type how many times per second you want it to wiggle, then comma, how much, all right? So just one really quick example of wiggling. I just created a new composition and a layer, and I'm just gonna go for position, and I'm going to add the expression, right? So wiggle, to add the expression, again, all click on the stopwatch. Then here in this dialog, type wiggle, no capitals, all lowercase, wiggle, open parentheses, and in fact, you can just click here and it types it. All you need to do is start typing the values. So how often? Let's say 5 times per second. That's going to be fast. How much? How much what? Well, how is position measured? It's measured in pixel coordinates. So we're literally typing pixels that is going to move for X and Y. Let's just say 200. Done. And it's just wiggling. No keyframes. I'm thinking pretty easy, right? So all of us can type wiggle. Oh, it's going too fast. Oh, make it slower. Instead of 5, 2. There you go. Oh, it's still too fast. Instead of 2, type 0.1. I'm sorry, 0.5, right? Now that's half a second. It's going to take 2 seconds now to go instead of one times per second. See what I mean? So you can type fractions, you can make this slower, you can make it faster, you can make it go more. Oh no, it's not 200, it's 800. And now it's going to go a heck of a lot more. Frequency, magnitude, all of us can type that. All right, having said that, I am going to have a video just on the wiggle expression because, you know, it's kind of an important one. But no, that is not on the test anyway. But what it is on the test is the Effect Controls panel or the timeline. And quite frankly, there's no difference. You can change, keyframe, do whatever, either in one or the other, makes no difference. All right, this brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.